Okay, the most important thing about sales is to always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Too often people think about, here's what I want you to have, here's why I want you to have it. That's an epic fail. The right way to do it is to put myself in your shoes, figure out the problem that you need solved, think about and empathize with how you're feeling, how you got there, and start speaking that to you. Immediately you're gonna feel a connection with me, you're gonna feel a trust with me, and you're gonna say, this girl gets my pain point. Now I can ask her, hey, can you solve that for me? And wouldn't you know, yes I can. And that's how you really sell people.
The way you become wealthy, because you can become rich, but if you want to become wealthy, have integrity. Your brand is the most important thing you have. The best piece of advice I got is something that is not on your balance sheet, but should be on your balance sheet. Human capital.
I'm someone, when I hear it can't be done, I'm like, I don't know, maybe, how many times do you think people weren't like, oh, you could do this?
So this is you hanging off a plane, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Do you not fear anything?
No, it's not a matter. I don't mind being afraid. I want an adventurous life.
So with how bad the economy is right now in America, the truth is there are a whole lot of people who are making big money in this economy right now. I know the economy is hard for a whole lot of people. In fact, I've done some video of the collapse of this current economy, how people are struggling to survive, the various strategies people are using to actually make ends meet. Right, but in this video we're going to be looking at the success, the financial strategies, the financial advices from America's richest millionaires. Like I said before, a whole lot of people, a whole lot of Americans are making good money in this economy. So we'll be looking at how they are doing it, their best advice in this video.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is this your Bugatti?
It is.
And what did you do to be able to afford a Bugatti?
Back up, man.
1 second. We have one of the biggest media channels in the entire world. We grew a channel to 10 million followers. Could we get one quick minute with you?
One of my friends.
What's that?
I think you interviewed one of my friends.
We interviewed one of your friends?
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
You're an entrepreneur?
I am.
How many businesses do you own?
I've owned several over the past few decades.
Yeah, do you think we could interview you for 1 minute real quick?
Sure.
So what business has made you the most money?
The car business.
You're in the car business.
I am in the car business.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Well, I did 80 million in one day.
You did 80 million in 1 day?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Were you a good student in school?
I was a horrible student in school. I had ADD. They didn't know what it was back then, but it's actually been a blessing.
What's a lesson about business you'd give to somebody that they will not be taught in school?
The world will teach you if you listen. You see, the difference between Elon Musk launching rockets all the time that blow up and he learns from everyone, or Boeing waiting 5 years to put up one perfect that then doesn't work, the difference is don't be afraid to take a chance. If you don't swing, you'll never hit a home run.
What is the best life advice you could give to any 20-year-old watching this right now?
The biggest decision you make in your life is the wife that you marry. If they don't love what you do, then you're going to have friction.
You got to find somebody who becomes part of the solution, not the problem.
Absolutely. Now, what time are you coming home? It's almost the opposite. My wife loves what we do, and I have to drag her out of the office sometimes because she shares the same passion.
How old are you now?
I am 65.
Whose generation works harder, yours or mine?
We'll see. After this last election, I am a whole lot more optimistic. I think your generation is cut to go do great things.
Can I get 1 minute with you for our channel real quick? Sure. What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Well, our company, we're public. We're over $850 million in revenue.
Over 850 million?
Yes.
What was the best advice you ever received throughout your career? The most pivotal, life-changing advice that you received?
I'm going to hesitate to say this is the only great piece of advice I got, but I've given this piece of advice to a lot of people. And an older guy that when I joined IBM in the 1980s said, look, my advice to younger folks is to spend about 90% of your time on your job and 10% on your career. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he said, look, if you spend 100% on your job, you're going to do a really good job at the job you're in, but nobody's ever going to see you moving beyond that job. You aren't making connections. You're not thinking beyond it. How do I become an entrepreneur if I've never been an entrepreneur?
So you sold hundreds of millions of dollars in the tech industry. Somebody wants to break into the tech industry right now. Give them a hack to sell their product at a large scale.
I think, to be fair, in my case, and again, we're selling that kind of dollars to large scale companies.
So you're selling to big businesses. So in other words, you got to solve those $100,000 million problems.
That's where I go. And you got to have people that know what they're doing. Surround yourself with a great team.
Comes
You
down to
will
people.
never do this by yourself.
So you said you're selling to tech giants, though.
Oh yeah, we're selling to the biggest companies in the world.
Like what?
Like the Fortune 500, half of them are our customers. Yeah.
So when you're approaching them, when you're selling to them, what does that conversation look like?
Well, you know what? It's not one conversation. Our sales cycles can be a year or longer, and it can be 50 people in the organization that we got to talk to.
What is the biggest thing that the deal depends on?
Do they believe we're the best that's going to solve their problem? If they don't believe that, they're not going to spend the millions of dollars.
How do you know?
How old am I? 62.
I would have guessed like 40. Do you believe in God?
I don't just believe in him, I follow him. My identity is not in being a business guy or an entrepreneur, right? My identity is being a child of God. The business could go away tomorrow and I'd be okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, question for you. How old were you when you made your first million?
Excuse me?
How old were you when you made your first million?
I was 26.
What do you do for a living out here in Miami?
I do a lot of different things.
Could we interview you real quick? I have a channel with 10 million followers. I go all over the world interviewing the most successful people. Can we get 1 minute with you?
Yes.
How many businesses do you own?
Right now,
Yeah.
I have 5.
5 businesses?
Yes.
Were you good at selling?
I mean, I could sell ice to an Eskimo.
So give us a quick sales masterclass right here. Give me a lesson about sales.
Okay, the most important thing about sales is to always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Too often people think about, here's what I want you to have, here's why I want you to have it. That's an epic fail. The right way to do it is to put myself in your shoes, figure out the problem that you need solved, think about and empathize with how you're feeling, how you got there, and start speaking that to you. Immediately you're gonna feel a connection with me, you're gonna feel a trust with me, and you're gonna say, this girl gets my pain point. Now I can ask her, hey, can you solve that for me? And wouldn't you know, yes, I can. And that's how you really sell people.
You realize they don't teach that in school, right?
Well, they need to start teaching it.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I came from nothing. I grew up on food stamps, living in a trailer behind my grandparents' home.
What was your turning point to financial freedom?
Oh my gosh, everything is rooted in belief. My belief starts with Jesus Christ. The other thing that I've had huge, massive success with lately is called Mind Movies. If you've never heard of it, Google it. It is literally changing people's lives. My business partner brought a billionaire in to teach us how to create a mind movie, which essentially you go into Canva, you take images of what you want your life to look like, you connect it to music, and you watch it every day for 2 minutes a day, and it literally opens your subconscious mind up to the possibility that all of these things that you want are not only possible and are going to happen. I've trained my brain. This is true neuroscience. You will kill it.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
I've seen you before.
Yeah?
I just sold my company.
You sold your company?
I just
For
did.
how much?
$1.3 billion.
You sold your company for 1.3 billion?
I did. Very fortunate.
What type of company was it?
So I had a technology company that I sold to the federal government.
You think I could interview you real quick for
Sure.
1 minute for the channel?
Yeah, sure.
Looking back, you exited for $1.3 billion.
Yeah.
What was the biggest thing that led to that $1 billion exit?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, discipline is the tax you pay for success later. As they say, success isn't owned, it's leased, and the rent is due every day.
Wow, I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah.
What did it feel like when that money hit the account?
Obviously, it felt good. No, but it was really, I'm a first-generation immigrant. My family came here to the United States with nothing in their pocket.
So you didn't come from a rich family?
No. In fact, my parents had a small mom and pop motel. My parents didn't give me money, but they gave me a blueprint. Show up early, stay late, and never act like any job is beneath you. So that's what I thought about when that money hit.
As a $1 billion entrepreneur,
Yeah.
what's the best financial advice you ever received?
So don't chase income, chase ownership, because that's what allow you to build long-term wealth.
Did you ever think about giving up at any point in time?
Oh, many times. There were times that probably had to make a decision between paying my employee or paying my rent. I maxed out all my credit cards. I borrowed money. We took every dollar that we made in the business and reinvested it. That cocktail didn't get created overnight.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm definitely a buyer these days.
Why?
If you want to start a business today, let me just say this. Where in the world do you want to start a business? Are you going to go start it in China? No. Everyone wants to start a business. They start it here in the United States. Why do they do that? Because we have the best talent, we have the best access to capital, and we have the best attitude. We have winners here. That's what creates opportunity. I'm a buyer right now, man.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you, man.
so
I
much for your
appreciate
time.
you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's great
Awesome.
meeting you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever been broke before?
No.
No?
No.
And what line of business are you in?
So I own restaurants and I have my own real estate investment company.
Actually.
Yeah.
So-
Never
so-
been broke though.
So you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
And how long have you been a business owner?
I've owned restaurants for 5 years now.
Over these 5 years, in 1 year, what was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
Over 10 million.
$10 million?
Absolutely.
And how'd you get the money to start your restaurants? Because the restaurant business is very capital intensive. How'd you get the money to start a restaurant?
From my real estate investment company. So I saved my money from my real estate company and then I rolled it into my restaurants.
So what's the secret of creating wealth in real estate?
So for me, I would say save, season your money, and then once you've seasoned your money, get you an investor, a lender to actually use their money, and you keep your money. I learned that the hard way. I used my money for my first 4 projects. My restaurants, I used all of my money for that, and then I learned that using my money isn't key. Using their money is key, and just paying back the interest.
OPM.
Other people's money
So-
all
so
day.
How old are you now?
A little bit over 40.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
35 when I became a millionaire.
Do you believe in God?
All day. I don't do nothing without them.
Yeah?
Nothing without. For me, prayer has been what's kept me sane. I don't do anything without having those conversations with God.
If you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it all back?
I could. 100%. I'm betting on myself every time.
Would you get back in the same business or would you play different?
Exact same business. I love what I do. I love cooking. I love serving people. I would do it all over again the exact same way.
Guys, if you want to get mentored directly from the millionaires that I interview how to start and scale your business, go click the link in my bio right now. Are you a millionaire?
James, I've told you before, I'm not a millionaire. I'm a billionaire.
How did you become a billionaire?
Well, Hilton ended up buying my company for $3.3 billion enterprise value.
For somebody watching right now, their dream is to become a billionaire. Give them a 60-second blueprint.
The way you become wealthy, because you can become rich, but if you want to become wealthy, have integrity. Your brand is the most important thing you have. The best piece of advice I got is something that is not on your balance sheet, but should be on your balance sheet. Human capital. People, the greatest asset one could have.
What did you learn about people?
1 stick is breakable. 2 sticks tied together are snappable. 3 sticks intertwined are unbreakable. You can't be beat.
When I last interviewed you, I asked you for your best negotiation advice, and you said to put the pen across the table and shut up. Do you have an example of a time where that happened?
There's a time when I put the pen across the table after I made the presentation, and I asked for the order. It sat there for days, and I wanted to call. And I almost dialed the number, and I'd do it. It took a week, and I got the deal. And remember, once you close a deal, don't say a word. Don't go past the sale.
After selling a company for several $1 billion, what's next for you?
You know, I'm going to run for governor of California.
Running for governor?
It's wild, right?
Why?
Because California has been fucked with enough.
As a billionaire, what would you do to fix California?
It's really simple. I'd open California back up for business because I'd make it affordable, livable, and workable.
How so?
Watch my magic.
Now, I got to ask you,
Yeah.
you know, I started one of the biggest entrepreneur communities in the entire world, and I have the millionaires and billionaires I interview come in and mentor the people. Can you come and mentor some people?
I can't wait to mentor more people. I love it.
If you guys want to hop on a call with the billionaire and legend Stephen Klubeck, comment the word mentor below, and I'll see you on the call. Excuse me, ma'am.
502.
Question for you.
Thank you.
So much. Is this your Ferrari?
Yes, it is.
And what do you do for a living out here in Scottsdale to be able to afford a Ferrari?
I'm an entrepreneur.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
And I go all over the country just asking business owners their best advice to new entrepreneurs. Could I ask you a couple quick questions for the channel?
Sure.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
So the most amount of money will be this year. We'll do north of 20 million annual reoccurring revenue.
$20 million.
20 million.
Now, as a multiple 8-figure entrepreneur, what was the best financial advice that you ever received?
You have to bet on yourself. A lot of people value money over valuing themselves. I value myself over money, which is why I'm so rich.
What took your company from 7 to 8 figures?
Marketing and sales is huge. If you don't have somebody overseeing and driving the function of marketing and sales, you don't have a business. But then the challenges you face as a business owner is not just capturing the demand and then converting it, but fulfilling the service so that the client experience doesn't break. So that requires somebody who has a lot of operational experience to come in and build systems and process.
How old are you now?
43.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I was actually 40, so it's never too late.
But if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
To not give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. You have to believe in yourself. I think when I was younger, I didn't have relentless belief in myself and I wasn't unapologetic about who I was. It took me a long time to be who I am today.
Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question for you. Is this your G-Wagon?
It is.
And what do you do for a living out in Las Vegas to be able to afford a G-Wagon?
I have an Airbnb business.
Now, how long have you been a business owner for?
About 3 years.
And over these last 3 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
From my businesses last year, we made almost $7 million.
$7 million. Have you ever been broke before?
I have, yes.
You have?
I definitely have. When I used to be a nanny, COVID hit, and so all my jobs were like, oh, we don't really need you anymore. But at the time, like, I had bills to pay, I had all of these expenses, and I was down like my last $20 bill. But, you know, you just have to figure it out.
How old are you now?
21.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
20.
20 years old.
Yeah.
You became a millionaire at 20.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Seriously, that's incredible.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was actually unreal. Still, like today, I don't know if I fully processed it, but we found success with Airbnb very quickly. And when we saw that it was successful, for us, it was just like, it's a numbers game. The more we scale, the more money we'll make.
Do you come from money?
No, not at all.
Now, for somebody who may be broke right now, for somebody at rock bottom, what is an actionable step that they can take to get really serious about becoming successful and financially free like yourself?
I think a lot of people also think that they need a ton of cash to start businesses, but like even for me, before I started Airbnb, I didn't know that business credit was a thing, and so I would say a lot of people are scared, like when they make a little bit of money, they want to keep the money, but normally you have to actually reinvest it back into the business. I took my money and I rent an Airbnb, and I have to pay the landlord every month, but because I do that, guests pay me more than what I'm paying the landlord. If you find something that you can scale and continue scaling, the amount of money you can make is unlimited.
You have amazing advice. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, man.
How old were you when you made your first million?
45 years old.
And what's the most amount of money that you made in a single day?
Probably $5.5 million.
$5 million in a single day?
Yeah.
How?
Well, one of the things I learned a long time ago is if you want to get rich, sell to rich people. Sell to people with money. Why? It takes no more energy to sell $1 million offer than it does to sell $1,000 offer.
So how do you get money from a rich person then?
See, I don't see selling as getting money from people.
How do you define sales?
I just define sales as uncovering the value of what I have to offer so well that people are happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value I've revealed.
Now, when I first interviewed you, I asked you if you believed in God, and you said, I don't just believe in God.
I trust God.
How did you find that trust in God? Why do you trust God?
Because he's never lied to me, but then again, he's never lied to anyone because God cannot lie.
What has God been teaching you in the last year?
Everything good in my life is a gift. That's the greatest lesson. I woke up this morning and I opened my eyes, and guess what I could do? I could see. And I know how to make myself look, but I don't know how to make myself see.
Have you spent a lot of money on mentorship?
Depends on your definition of a lot of money.
Yeah.
I haven't spent nearly as much as I've made.
Right. How much money would you say you've spent on mentorship?
About 1.7 million.
1.7 million. What's the greatest piece of advice that you received that changed your life?
I think the thing that changed my trajectory wasn't so much a piece of advice as it was something that Robert G. Allen, the author of Multiple Streams of Income, said to me at a seminar. I told him, I'm doing really good. I used to be a trash man making $6.25 an hour. Now I'm living like a king. I'm making $30,000 a month. You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said, you're doing really good. You're on the path to making some really big money. And he said that to me in front of like 700 people. And the first thought was, did he just diss my $30,000 a month in front of 700 people? My second thought was, wait, there's a level where $30,000 a month is not a lot of money? Oh, let me get to that level.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I know you!
Yeah?
I was 23.
Are you an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Do you think I can interview you for a minute for the channel real quick? Is that cool?
Yes.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
It will be this year.
How much?
We're on track to make 20 million, me and my business partners.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you good at sales?
Oh, if it's one thing to make you rich as a woman, sales, branding. You will never be broke. Everyone's literally throwing opportunities at you.
So give me $1 million worth of branding advice right here.
Oh
You
my
give me your
God.
best.
If you want to blow up on social media and you want people to respect you, two things. Number one, the hook, the first 3 seconds, is more important than the video. If you look at my Instagram reels, the first 3 seconds is when people like. They don't even watch the full video. Then another thing is make sure whatever you're saying in the first 3 seconds is gonna trigger them. You have to be hated. Look at the most successful people. Elon Musk hated, Trump hated, Kim Kardashian hated. The more heat you can get as an entrepreneur, the more successful you're gonna get.
Did you have anybody that doubted you?
Everyone, right? I'm Middle Eastern, just have kids, sit at home. That was the culture that I was in. Just be obedient, listen to the man. Your little voice, be quiet. The side of me that rebelled is what made me successful and free.
So let me ask you this. You're going to make $20 million this year. What's the best financial advice you've ever received?
Hire people that are better than you in your company. Because I don't know it all. And I know I don't know it all. I'm not the smartest. But you know what happens to the smartest people? They're always the brokest. Why? Because smart people, they're overthinking, overanalyzing. They need it to be perfect.
That's why they always say that the A students always end up working for the C students.
Yeah, I was a C student.
You got amazing advice. Hey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Keep crushing it. One thing about you, your consistency is unheard of. And I love that. So I'm proud of you.
Excuse me, sir. What did you do to become wealthy?
I actually roll burritos for a living.
You roll burritos?
I do.
What do you mean?
I'm the CEO of Chipotle Mexican Grill.
You're the CEO of Chipotle?
I am.
Do you think I could interview you real quick? I go all over the world interviewing the most successful people for the younger generation.
Yeah.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I did not.
So you didn't have rich parents?
I grew up in very humble beginnings.
How humble?
My first job was at a McDonald's restaurant flipping burgers. My high school career I spent washing dishes. We had to earn money.
So you went from dishwasher to the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world.
Pretty much.
How in the world does that happen? Come on. Look back at your career.
Whether you recognize it or not, you're building a reputation within your industry. But I would tell you, you're always interviewing. Whether you think others are watching or not, believe me, they are. You will be judged on your ability to drive performance. And I'll tell you, you earn credibility by delivering results. Full stop.
I always say that credibility kills all bad attitudes.
It sure does. Everyone celebrates the winners.
You know how you network with successful people? Become successful.
There you go.
But let me ask you this. What's the best advice you ever received from a mentor that business school won't teach somebody?
So there's a difference between responsibility and accountability. If you and I are both responsible for a task, who's accountable? No one. And so we talk about this idea in operations around who's accountable. Who's the one person that has to ensure that this job gets done? We may share responsibility, but one of us has to be accountable.
You know they don't teach that in school, right?
I know.
Do you have another business analogy like that could help some people out?
There's an old adage in this industry, you can't save your way to prosperity. And I would lean into this idea of abundance versus scarcity, meaning I continue to invest in the consumer experience, continue to invest in the team member experience, and that'll always pay outsized dividends for you and your firm.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. What's your name?
Scott.
Scott, great to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you, brother.
Sir, I got a question for you. How did you get rich?
What?
How did you get rich?
I don't think you believe me.
What do you mean, man? I go all over the world. I'm going all over Beverly Hills interviewing the richest people.
I follow you. I know who you are.
How did you get rich, man?
I invented the massage gun.
You invented what?
The massage gun.
Wait.
Years ago.
I got my dad like a Theragun for Christmas one year.
Yeah, that's my company.
And how much money did you make selling massage guns?
I can't tell you that.
What was the big issue you had at your business? What's the big issue you had?
We've done 400 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Could I interview you for a minute real quick?
Yeah.
How the hell did you even invent the massage gun, man? Like this is such a niche business idea that you came up with. How did you invent this thing?
I was in a motorcycle accident. I'm a chiropractor, and I was in a motorcycle accident in 2007. A lot of people don't know this, but it was made from fixing pain. Necessity is the mother of invention.
So you turned your pain into a multi-hundred-million-dollar business.
Yes.
Did you have people that thought that you were crazy when you came up with this
yes,
idea?
I did. Yeah. I also think that's one of the ingredients. If you're doing something, if people watching this are doing something, and you have your friends and family challenging you, like, what are you doing? That's kind of means you're on the right track.
Now, do you own the patent on the massage gun?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So there's some money to be made there as well.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a secret right here because nobody talks about this. But owning the patent, you can make a lot of money off of it.
You have to own the IP. Your intellectual property is so important.
And this is in any business.
This is in any business. Literally, the triangle that we have of our Theragun is what's patented. So anyone that has a triangle, we can shut them down.
I'm going to throw it in there, right? Product is everything. Product's the end game in business. What's the secret to finding a winning product?
Have you ever heard of Ikigai?
No.
It's a Japanese term that talks about how you find what's right for you. Anyone's listening, look it up, Ikigai. And it takes what makes money, what you're good at, what helps the world. When you put those things together, that ultimately is success.
Do you believe in God?
100%.
Why?
I've seen it. I'll tell you this. We could talk for half an hour. I've seen in my life where clearly the things that happened to me were out of my control. They were in God's hands. They were things, we call them Theragun angels in the early days. 100% there's a higher power.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
Great
time.
to meet you,
I
man.
appreciate you, man. What is your best networking advice for anybody in business?
Every room I go into, I use the 2 C's. You give someone a compliment and you find something in common. Once you get their contact info, you follow up with them within 10 minutes. I send them a quick note, a quick text. So great meeting you 7.5 minutes ago. Let's do something great together. I keep it unread and then I follow up until they buy or I fucking die. That's how you do it. I try to meet somewhere between 5 and 15 new people every single day.
Give me $6 billion worth of sales advice right here.
The simplest idea, which is the hardest to understand, is that people hate being sold, but they love shopping with friends. Your number one job as a salesperson is to create relationships. It's not to sell product. I don't think I ever actually sell apartments or sell buildings. I just sold something in Palm Beach, all combined for $308 million over the phone. Had nothing to do with anything other than the trust and the relationship that I was able to create between a person who wanted to buy and a person who wanted to sell.
How do you know?
I'm 41.
Ryan, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
One of the best pieces of advice that I've been given from my most successful and wealthiest billionaire clients is that most people are in a race against time. Time is their greatest asset. The wealthiest people are in a race against moments.
I love that.
I'd rather regret the things I did than the things I never tried. So
take the risk or lose the chance.
Of course.
You got amazing advice, brother. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you, man. As a multiple 9-figure entrepreneur, what's the best financial advice you could give to the younger generation?
I will tell you, a lot of people hoard their money. What I mean by that is money sitting in the bank don't make you money. You know, in the early days, we used to get loan books. They looked like chance books. And I had so many loans out, and I made sure we paid them all back. And then I started saying, I'm not going to get no more loans. I'm going to try and do everything with my money. And that's what I did. I wanted to be successful. I want to be the best at what I do.
And do you believe in God?
I do.
How did you know God was real?
Look, I'm looking at myself today. I used to think I could fly without wings, but I never tried that one.
So you had someone there guiding you all along?
Yes.
You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Could I get your contact?
Yeah. You want to come in for a second? Want to see inside the book?
For sure.
Come on, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I had a question for you.
All right,
How
what's
old
good?
were you when you became a millionaire?
I think I was like 20.
And how did you get rich, man? You made a lot of millions in your career.
Getting a lot of views back in the day from YouTube, brand deals, and then selling merchandise.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
This year, close to 9 figures.
And that's net?
Yeah, net, yeah. Always net. Always count the net. Don't count the gross. People.
Tomorrow night, you're going to fight one of the greatest fighters of all time. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Tom Cruise. Do you not fear anything?
No, I fear a lot of things, man. But life is about fearing it and still going after it. Being outside of your comfort zone, that's where success lies.
And what's your self-talk like in that moment?
First and foremost, I thank God. I know He wouldn't put me into any moments that I wasn't capable of handling. And then just belief in the vision, seeing the knockout, seeing my hand raised, staying positive. If a negative thought comes up, I look at it as like a car on the freeway passing by. I acknowledge it, but I let it go.
You've been doubted more times than just about anybody else. Why did you not listen to those people?
Yeah, I know who I am at the end of the day. It's just me in God. You're born alone, you die alone. And a lot of these people are pushing their own limitations that they have of themselves onto you because they believe that they can't do it. They're insecure. They're the ones not chasing the dreams. But not a single successful person has ever said anything hating on me. It's the losers who try to drag you down to their level.
You've never met a hater that's doing better than you.
Exactly.
It seems like you found God recently. How did you know God was real?
It started years ago through breath work when I first experienced the presence of God. Since then, life has completely changed, and I'm able to walk into the ring tomorrow without any fear because I asked Jesus to take it from me.
And what's your name?
Jake Joseph Paul.
And how old are you?
I'm 28.
And your last message to the younger generation?
Find God, work hard, persevere, and practice discipline.
Who am I here with today?
My name is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
A lot of them.
What were you doing prior to becoming a business mogul?
What was I doing prior?
Yeah.
I was killing your favorite NBA player.
Let me ask you this. You became one of the greatest athletes of all time. What was the biggest driving factor of success for you throughout your career?
I was a thief. Let me explain. If you see somebody that's doing better than you, steal what they're doing. So for me, I stole Michael Jordan. I stole Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I stole Muhammad Ali. And I put it inside my brain and I created me, Shaquille O'Neal.
And you generated and made hundreds of millions of dollars throughout your career. There's a stat Sports Illustrated just did that 1 in 3 NFL players go broke within 3 to 5 years. What's the best way to preserve that kind of wealth?
I think for those who are not financially literate, learn this word, annuity.
You owned 155 Five Guys at one point.
I sold them.
You sold them?
Yeah, I sold them.
What's your secret to scaling in the franchise model or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word, delegation. I can't be in 155 places at once, but I know somebody that can.
So you're really good at bringing other people in to run these businesses.
Yes, I am.
And among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait they all have in common?
They keep it very simple. Like Jeff Bezos said, you invest in things that's going to change people's lives. I heard him say that and I changed my whole investment strategy and been very, very successul.
What's the number one thing that you look for in people when you're investing in a business?
I like to believe in what they believe in. Like, for example, if you was going to start this company and you came in with those beautiful eyes and you told me your passion, I would definitely invest in you. So I'm a big fan of yours.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you,
I really appreciate you. It means a lot. I got to come with you, man. Thank you. What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Movies, which encompasses almost every industry.
And I'm here with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, man. It's nice to see you.
And you've been a top actor for decades. What's been the biggest driving factor of your success throughout your career?
It is my desire to deliver the very best that I've always felt for myself. Even when I was a little kid before movies, it's when I had any job, I always wanted to understand how to do that job and then do it at the very highest level that I possibly can.
Where did your work ethic come from?
I enjoy going for that level of perfection, and I surround myself with people that have that same care. You know, my goal was always to make a movie and have it be the best possible film for an audience, and then it makes some money so that the studio could have that money and then go make other movies, and I can go off and make other movies, and that's my desire. And I knew very early on that in a changing world, the most important thing is one's own ability to change, to adapt, to learn.
And your last message to the younger generation?
You go. I'm someone, when I hear it can't be done, I'm like, I don't know, maybe, how many times do you think the people weren't like, oh, you could do this?
So this is you hanging off a plane right now?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Do you not fear anything?
No, it's not a matter. I don't mind being afraid. I want an adventurous life. I want it. And don't be so afraid to be afraid or nervous. The important thing is to keep pursuing your dreams and finding accurate things that are going to add to your life and to others. The way that I look at life, I don't live it for myself. I know that to live my life, I'm thinking of others. And to lead is to serve. Not to tell people what to do, but to help them to be better. That's kind of what I do.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank
you so much for your time. I appreciate
It's a pleasure,
you.
James.
Yeah,
my
really
pleasure.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, is this your G-Wagon? And what do you do for a living out here in Washington, D.C.?
I'm a business owner.
How long have you been an entrepreneur?
5 years.
Over these 5 years, what's the most amount of money you made in a single year?
A couple million.
A couple mil?
Yeah.
How many?
2.1. This year we're on the track to 3x that.
You think I can interview you real quick? I go all over the world interviewing the most successful business owners for the younger generation.
Yeah.
What was your turning point to financial freedom?
I came from a background of working a job that I absolutely hated. I was majorly depressed until one day I was like, you know what? Life is short. I'm never going to wake up and ask somebody if I can use the bathroom or take a vacation. I'm going to be the boss of what I do. Either that or nothing. And somebody asked me, what if your plan doesn't work? And my answer was, there is no fucking plan B.
When you were coming up becoming a millionaire, did you lose any friends on the way?
Absolutely. A lot. And that's just the way it is, right? Because a lot of people want you to stay small and you make them uncomfortable.
Because they can't see it for themselves. So they want you to be at the same place as them.
Exactly. What people think has killed more dreams than fear.
I had a mentor tell me one time that the fastest way to kill a big dream is to introduce you to a small mind.
Yeah, that's it.
So are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm a seller.
What business made you the most amount of money?
E-commerce.
So what do you sell?
Equestrian apparel.
So selling clothes made you a millionaire.
Yeah.
Equestrian clothes, yeah.
Do you think that's still a good business to get into, or is it too
Oh,
saturated?
absolutely. Let me tell you, don't listen to people when they tell you something is saturated. You are original. Do not copy other people's designs or
Have
ideas.
you had people try and copy you?
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
I used to get very upset about it. Now I come from a standpoint of I don't believe in lack. You know, like people.
I still hate copycats.
It's annoying, but you got to think bigger, right? So if I allow them to take even 1 ounce of my energy for the day, I'm giving away my power here. So instead, I'm going to think of the next great idea that people want to copy.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is this your Rolls Royce?
Yes.
And how did you get a Rolls Royce? What did you do to become wealthy?
See all these beautiful buildings around you?
Yeah.
I own retail shopping centers throughout the state of Florida.
How long have you been in the real estate business?
28 years.
Over these 28 years, what was the most amount of money you made a single year?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Could you give me a range?
No.
More than $10 million?
A lot more.
A lot more?
Yeah.
More than 100?
I'm not going to tell you. They're going to get me kidnapped.
Yeah, I go all over the world. I go all over the world interviewing millionaires and billionaires. Can I get 1 minute with you for our channel?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Do you think a home is a good investment?
The home is a terrible investment. The home is not an investment.
But a lot of people would disagree with that, though.
Right. I get that all the time, and I argue this point with people over and over. And I actually own a home, and I can tell you it's the stupidest investment you could make. It is not an investment. Neither is this car. It's not an investment. It's a luxury item you want to have. The problem is most people 40 years old and younger have never seen a bad real estate market. I've lived through them. And by the way, homes do go down in price.
So if somebody has $100,000 saved up right now, where would you put that money in today's world?
I'd go right into a commercial property. I'd find an asset class you like. The truth is, multifamily is the easiest one to get into. You could buy a duplex, a triplex, put $100,000 down. You could easily buy a $300,000-$400,000 property. If you bought one property and screwed everything else up in your life, but you paid that commercial investment property off, you could technically retire.
What's your name?
Todd Napola.
Todd, the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. What keeps people broke in today's world?
Lack of financial education. I was never a great student in school, but the schools simply do not teach you what to do when you get out of school. They teach you how to be good at history, math, science, and so on and so forth, but they don't teach you why you should be buying a business, not buying a damn jet ski. That's what they don't teach you.
How old are you now?
52.
If me and you died tomorrow and you could leave one more guiding principle to the younger generation, what would that be?
What worries me for your generation specifically, I have 2 daughters your age, is everybody's competing against a non-existent thing. What I mean by that is you guys are seeing guys, especially in Miami, in Lamborghinis at 20 years old and living in penthouses. Everybody has a penthouse in Miami. There's not that many, but everybody seems to live in one. It's just an illusion. Nobody gets there quick. So don't count other people's money. Don't compare against them, because remember, comparison is the thief of joy. As long as you're making forward progress and having fun, it's going to be great.
You got amazing advice, my friend. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
you. Keep being great.
So one of the best things you can do for yourself, especially if you're somebody who wants to succeed, and it's something that I have adopted personally, all right, is the ability to actually be able to learn. Now, some of these hacks or advices you've seen are probably not anything new to you, all right, but the best thing you can do as somebody who wants to grow, to increase their finances, is to actually learn from people who are doing better than you. Now, I don't mean this in any bad way, but I want you to understand something. For some of you, all right, there is somebody you know. For most people, there's somebody you know that is actually living well, doing well financially. The best you can do is to walk up to those people and say, hey, good afternoon, sir, good day, ma, good day, whatever it is. All right. I see that you are actually doing well. I see that I'm just looking for a best way for you to put it, but all I'm saying is that you can go to those people and ask them to mentor you, to teach you how these things are done, and you'll be surprised. All right, now not everybody will agree, but you'll be surprised. There are people who are just there, who are willing to help. Right, so the first thing you can do is to actually seek higher level of information, especially from people who are ahead of you. All right, so you've seen some of the advices from this video. I really don't have much to say on it, because some of these advices, especially especially from the fact that it's from School of Hard Knocks, these guys had the opportunity to interview very successful people. So I feel that you can look at these things, look around you. There are people who are doing well financially around you. Feel free to approach them and say, hey, sir, I would really love to learn this and this and this, how I can be more financially stable from you. All right, now you may have to get a mentorship, you may have to pay, but honestly, in most cases, it is worth it. All right, so these are nice financial hacks, nice financial advices from America's richest billionaire. So I hope you learned something or two from these videos, these clips. All right, most of these videos are going to be coming from School of Hard Knocks. All right, I would really appreciate it if you go over to their channels and watch their longer videos, because that guy is really doing something, and I believe you can learn a thing or two from him, even though he's a very young guy. All right, so hope you learned something from this video. I think this is the second time I'm saying that. Hope you learned something from this video, right? If you like these kinds of videos, if you want us to if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, please do well to subscribe, like videos. You can share if you want, right? But hope you learned something new. Bye for now. See you in our other video, and please feel free to check out some of our other videos, all right, on our channels. They are very interesting videos you'd like to see. What else? All right, see you in the next video. Peace out. Make sure to subscribe. Peace out.